Hey guys, it's Kitten. This is another pick a card reading, and this one is about love and romance and things that involve the heart, particularly, like matters of the heart. Whether that's like heartbreak, a new romance, romance going through the rocks, just matters of the heart is what this is about. And I apologize for any background noise you will hear. I have my window open, and in this house we have a ceiling fan that goes through our attic. It's pretty much this like really powerful fan that like sucks out heat and out through the attic. Anyway, that's really loud, and I apologize if you hear that loudly. So one of the things I wanted to point out with this video and all my pick a card readings is that you didn't click on this video on accident. Nothing about this video is on accident, if that makes sense. Like, if you're drawn to more than one like pile of cards, that's not an accident, that's on purpose. If you're drawn to multiple piles, look at each pile. The fact you're even here is not an accident. It's on purpose, really. What I mean by that is, like, you were meant to click on this video and hear the messages or message you need to hear. Side note, don't you guys love how I keep adding a pile to each video? This originally was only supposed to be 5 cards, but now it's 7. Okay. Anyway, take a deep, calming breath. Close your eyes and think about your romantic situation. And if you're single, if you're in a relationship, if you just got broken up with, or you're in a relationship that's kind of rocky, just think about that situation of the heart that you were experiencing. And then open your eyes, and whatever pile of cards your eyes land on first is the pile for you. But remember, if you are drawn to multiple piles, that's on purpose. And please look at both timestamps for those piles. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, this is pile 4, this is pile 5, pile 6, and pile 7. I'm gonna pause and let you focus for a little bit. Pile 1. 2 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Swords, those are the first cards. Okay, this particular pile definitely has a feel of either being in a relationship, but it's like really, really rough. You're single right now, or you recently just got out of a relationship. So if you're single, this is definitely a message to wait, because you're probably thinking of you want to be in a relationship right now and you feel lonely, but this is definitely a message of you seriously need to focus on yourself right now. You may think you're ready for a relationship, but it's showing that you're not. That you need to focus on yourself more, and you need to like establish like a home base. You need to like establish like that being like an actual home, but you also need to like have a support system. You need to work on that, and you need to work on yourself. if you're single, particularly, this is like definitely like wait. If you're looking for a relationship, this is definitely telling you to wait. A thing I actually read when I was looking at the cards is like, good comes to those who wait. And that is definitely the main theme, message for you if you're single. The main message, like, for single people is, you need to definitely focus on yourself, work on self-respect, self-love, self-care, that. And you, honestly, this probably is indication of some sort of pain or heartbreak that you experienced, and this is definitely telling you that you're still affected by that, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It means in order to move on, you need to focus yourself, and like in order to move on to the next relationship, you need to focus on yourself, because you were probably too blind in a previous relationship, and you beat yourself up about it. You really need to focus on like loving yourself and accepting that things didn't go as you planned. And that's definitely hard. I get it. It's a hard thing to do, to accept that things didn't go the way you wanted. But this is definitely telling you to just focus on yourself right now. That's the main purpose here. That goes with being in a relationship and just being like broken up. Being in a relationship, this definitely, this card though, if you're in a relationship, is kind of a positive omen, but this could also be an indication that maybe it's you're supposed to move on from this relationship. Like maybe this is not the relationship you are meant to be in. Or if you really want to make it work, you really have to, I think, establish your own independence. Because maybe you're too codependent, and you're focusing too much on them, and that maybe is making an imbalance in the relationship, which is causing it to be kind of rough right now. So if you're in a relationship, definitely look at the relationship from an outward perspective, and like, if anything, like ask, if anything, ask like friends, like, and ask them to be brutally honest about your relationship. They may have like some harsh things to say, but you really have to, if they do have something harsh to say, that's very telling of maybe this person's toxic, or you're not like the relationship isn't as good as you think. Honestly, like, ask some close friends about it, and if they have something like kind of negative to say, just swallow your pride and your ego. I know it's hard, but listen, and actually listen to what they have to say. That's messages for those cards. And oh yeah. Okay. Easy does it, and then Aphrodite, your inner goddess. Both very telling cards for this. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or focus, force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. That's definitely for the single people. Particularly, it's like, everything is going to happen in perfect timing. Be patient. Wait. It's fine. And then just, this is for everyone. Inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So this is definitely what I was saying earlier. Pretty much saying, like, you need to focus on self-care. Like, it does not matter what kind of love relationship you're in right now, this whole thing is definitely telling you to, like, care about yourself. And care about yourself for once in your life. Because maybe you are giving too much to other people and you don't give to yourself enough. And these cards are definitely telling you to stop it. Stop doing that. I know you love giving to people, and maybe you think giving to people is kind of what you're supposed to do, like it's an obligation to you. But you have to remember, the greater obligation for you is to focus on yourself. That is the most, like, important thing that you're obligated to do, is looking after yourself. Because there's only one of you. Remember that. There's only one of you. No one else is going to take care of you but yourself. And yes, there's support groups. Yes, there's, like, family and friends. But there's only one of you. And you need to take care of yourself. And yeah. Take care of yourself and try not to... Thank you, car. Thank you. Like, just take care of yourself and try not to be in a hurry as much. Like, be patient, focus on yourself. Everything will happen in good timing. So that is the first pile. You're welcome. Yes, cough. And then pile 2, if I can get it. Okay. Alright. Pile 2, 7 of Wands, 3 Pentacles, and Princess of Pentacles reversed. Okay. This is kind of a more light-hearted set of cards. I know that kind of doesn't look like it. Like, I mean, that's not very light-hearted looking, really. That's just not really light-hearted looking. This isn't really light-hearted looking, but it is a little light-hearted because this, like, I'm getting kind of a theme of you are single, but maybe you're having some fun on the side with someone, or if you are single, like, you're either having, like, some fun with someone, or you have a crush on someone. I don't really get in a relationship vibe, but I'm still gonna tell you what it means if you are in a relationship. But if you're single, this definitely, like, means that you probably like someone when you're, if you pick this pile, it probably means you already have a crush on someone and you have your eyes on them. But this is a message of try not to go too fast in the relationship. It's pretty much telling you to slow it down and maybe have some more fun first before you want to make things more serious. Particularly, like, with this card. It probably means that you both like each other, but it's probably best just to focus on having fun right now, which is not a bad thing, but maybe neither of you, or maybe you or just them aren't necessarily ready to be in a serious relationship right now. So this is an indication of just have fun. Like, maybe you've not had the best, like, love life ever, really, and maybe this is just a relationship that you're meant to have, but it's meant to be more of a playful relationship than a serious one. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but maybe this is like the relationship you're gonna have that makes you more experienced, if that makes sense. I mean, I've had a relationship like that where it was like really, really fun, and it was a good way for me to have experience, and it was a really good relationship in general. But in the end, it didn't become as serious as I wanted, and that's okay. So this is definitely saying that if you have eyes on someone, maybe you should just have fun with them for now. And if you're totally single, this is definitely an indication of like you're gonna meet someone soon, either through your work, their work, or somewhere new that you've never experienced. Like maybe you go to like a restaurant or a club or a bar regularly. It's pretty much indicating that you're not going to meet this new romance in those usual places you go. So it's either going to be through work, through them or yours, or somewhere new that you've never been to before. If you're single, very positive omen. If you're in a relationship though, okay, yeah. If you're in a relationship, it's a little bit more of a negative card because this is supposed to be a more lighthearted, fun set of cards, if that makes sense. And this is definitely a set of cards that's like represents like one night stands, or like maybe a fling, or like a summer romance or something. Less likely of a long-lasting relationship. So if you got this and you are in a relationship, this definitely means that maybe you guys lost that like spark that you guys had during the beginning of your relationship. This is an indication of you guys need to like find that spark again, and that could be things from like I know to a lot of people this is a little weird, but like role playing, or particularly I think in relationships, I think this is more of an indication of maybe the sex isn't as good as it used to be. And this is definitely an indication of you should really spice up the bedroom a little bit. Because I don't want to scare you or anything, but one of the cards did say that maybe you or them are kind of having wandering eyes. That does not mean they've actually acted on anything, or you've actually acted on anything. It just means that that spark isn't there for you anymore. So you can either, I know this is harsh, you guys can either separate, take a break, or you could, 90% of the problems with relationships, it's always sex. So I know I'm a kinky motherfucker, so I'm not really that opposed to a lot of sex stuff. So this is from a kinky bitch telling you how to spice up bedroom shit. This is pretty much indicating that like maybe you guys should like introduce toys in your bedroom life, or maybe you guys should role play, like I said, like mentioned earlier. And granted, it doesn't even have to be like a stereotypical sexual role play. It can be like one of those role plays where like you guys separately go to like a bar or something, and you guys act like you've never met before and you're meeting for the first time, and you guys have a one-night stand even though you're in a relationship, but you're pretending that it's like this one-night stand that's very hot and passionate. That's a very common way that a lot of people in a relationship or even married practice, because it kind of psychologically like puts that like excitement of a one-night stand back into the sex life. So there's that. This is a very sexual pile of cards pretty much. And these cards, Butterfly Maiden, Transformation, fairness, Matt, and prosperity. I cannot pronounce the name to save my life. Okay. Transformation, you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Prosperity, the universe is pouring its abundance on you. Be open to receiving. AKA dick or vagina. I'm kidding, but not really. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. This is kinda feels more like in a relationship set of messages. Because fairness, particularly, I mean, like I said, for this pile of cards, in a relationship kind of means like you're kind of a little bit on the rocks. And this is telling you that it's going to be handled with fairness in a just manner. Whether that's being like talking about it or like having a more exciting sex life or like mostly just talking about what's going on in the relationship. Oh, and if you are single and you're messing or having fun with someone, this is definitely a message of like, be okay and be fair about your needs and the other person's needs. Like, if you're not ready and they're not ready, be okay with that. And it's gonna be handled in a fair way. The universe is pouring its abundance out on you. Be open to receiving, aka dick or vagina. It's pretty much what I'm getting from this. This is like, I'm getting the feeling that maybe if you're single, this is definitely a message of like, there's a lot of prospects out there. Maybe you're just not focusing on those, and maybe you're shutting it out, and this is telling you to be more open to relationship options or like just having fun in general. And then transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. The change could be that maybe, like, particularly, I guess, for single people who don't have a crush on anyone or aren't in, like, any kind of fun relationship right now, this could be, like, an indication of, like, the transformation it will bring in your life when you finally meet that romantic aspect person. Yeah, these, for some reason, these cards don't really connect with these cards. I mean, a little bit. Like, if any of these, like, vibe with you, that's on purpose. And maybe I'm not seeing the connection, but maybe you are in your situation. Yeah, I'm kind of drawing a blank on stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But hopefully that vibed with you. That's pile 2. Pile 3. Five of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Swords reversed. Power reversed for J. Those cards I will show. Okay, I can already tell this is a bit rough. Yeah, this one's a bit rough. Big indication. Well, it's not really a big indication, but the fact that they're all reversed kind of says something. And then, like, you have 2 5s here. 5s usually indicate a conflict or an issue. Oh, shit. Okay. This particular card, 5 of Pentacles, I really do want to, like, particularly use the imagery for these cards for this particular pile. The indication for this card is is maybe you are, this by the way, this pile of cards is definitely a heavy indication of you're most likely in a relationship right now. So, like, I don't even know how to really translate this to someone being single. So, so this card is definitely an indication of maybe, like, you are in a relationship, because, like, you see these two people right here. Maybe you two are, like, not necessarily struggling particularly with just this card, but you two have this mentality of it's you two against the world, and that's the one thing for this particular card that you guys need to, like, change, because it's not you two against the world. That's kind of a negative aspect to look on life, and it's not really a healthy way to go with a relationship, really. But you also have to realize it's snowing. Maybe the relationship, like, maybe you guys are sticking together and you guys are going through a really, really rough patch right now. And, I'll get to that in a second. Okay, this one. This one, I think, is the most telling of this pile. Okay. Notice the imagery of the two swords crossed on this stone here. Okay. That is an indication of you were in a fight with someone, particularly, like, this is romance, like, you were in a fight with your significant other, and this cross sword is pretty much saying, like, you're in a truce, like, this is like a truce type of thing, like, you're not gonna fight anymore. But if you look at her, she's holding this sword, and she's holding two other swords. This is an indication of, yeah, she made that truce, but she still really wants to fight you. So, this is you. You had, like, made this truce with your significant other, but you still really want to duke it out. This is telling you that's not gonna get you anywhere. That is, that's literally not gonna get you anywhere. You really need to take a step back and realize that maybe, I know this is harsh, maybe it wasn't just all them. Maybe you had, like, a dealing with, like, maybe you had some kind of negative influence in the relationship as well, and you guys are both kind of in the wrong. And you need to realize that like, that's the whole reason the truce is there, that you both realize that you both fucked up. But it's time to take a step forward into a positive, good light. Okay, that's the indication. Like, there's a struggle here, and this is power Frege in the my deck, but in a normal deck, this is the Emperor. This is a very masculine card, and pretty much this means, like, there's this power dynamic struggle going on that you guys really need to, like, take care of, and, like, not fight. Don't fucking fight it out. Like, talk about it. Have a sit-down conversation that is not yelling at each other, and just talk about the relationship, where it went wrong, why you guys fight so much, and just talk about what you can do to make the relationship more balanced. There is a few things that I want to see that I forgot to mention. It's supposed to be upside down. Yeah, this card is generally a positive card, actually. It pretty much means that, like, maybe you guys were holding back and, like, fighting recently, but maybe you're going to be drawn closer. But also there is, like, the fact that, like, maybe you are having that mentality that it's you against the world, and that's really not a healthy mentality. This one is pretty much, yeah, what I said. It's pretty much saying, like, you need to swallow your ego and your pride and really just talk. This definitely, again, is a power dynamic. But this is, like, also, it says, like, a heavy, like, emphasis on organization, organization. There we go. The lack of organization is a theme with this card. Not only a power struggle, but like maybe there's like no, your relationship is so imbalanced that there's no organization happening, and that's really throwing everything off. This is definitely this whole thing is definitely telling you, sorry that loud noise. This is definitely telling you to really sit down with your significant other and just talk what, like, when I say talk, don't yell at each other. If you feel like you want to yell or something, swallow your ego and just listen. Like you're listening to me right now. So, I never get that card. Yeah. Dana, High Priestess, Athena, Inner Wisdom, and Ikira, Blossoming. Okay, High Priestess. You have divine knowledge that you can help others through your spiritual teaching. Blossoming, you are getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. With this, definitely telling you this relationship you're in, I think, is worth salvaging and to really work at it, because I think you guys are really meant to be together, but you're just having a really rough patch, like with power dynamics. Granted, though, if you guys aren't meant to be together and you guys are meant to break up, that's fine. Like, that's meant to happen. But I'm getting a heavy indication this is just a couple that is just going through a really rough patch right now, and they just need to, like, have patience and don't give up on the relationship just because, like, the other person is fucking driving you nuts. And just remember that you're with them for a reason. Inner wisdom. You know what to do. Test your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. This is pretty much also indicating that, like, you know what to do. Like, but, like, you're probably, your ego and your pride are blinding that. And you 100% know you probably need to just sit down and talk like adults. But probably both of you are just so up there with your pride and ego that you're just not sitting down and talking. This is telling you to just, you know what to do it. You have divine knowledge that can help others through spiritual teaching, which is the other meanings for this card. That's also the picture of the cover. Okay. That, I think, is more of a heavy indication of maybe you're probably the one that's supposed to sit down and indicate that you want to talk first. Because I don't think the other, like, person you're with is gonna act on it first. And maybe this is telling you to, like, take the first step to, like, talk it out with them. Don't assume that they're gonna do it. Like, that's one of the things with a lot of relationships. You think the other one is gonna sit down and talk first. Don't think that. Be the one that brings it up first. And just don't give up on it. And you know what to do, and talk about it. This relationship is worth salvaging. Most likely. 99% most likely. So, anyway, okay. That's the end of pile 3. Pile 4? Yes? Yeah, pile 4. Okay, I'm gonna want to mention this once, and that's it. I did not pick this shell because it's phallic shaped. So one thing I kind of registered in my mind when I put it on this pile is the sort of phallic shaped. A little bit, this weird fucking looking dick, if that's what that looks like, but it's long and cylindrical, so phallic shape. Maybe this is like a hypersexual pile. I have no idea. Okay. 7 of Swords reversed. The Sun reversed. That's interesting. Contemplation. And then wow, there's there's 3. 3 main Arcanist cards. Okay. This may be actually a hypersexual pile of cards. I'm already, yeah, I don't even really know the meanings of the cards yet, but I'm already getting feelings of this is probably, you're probably single. Probably single. Yeah, this is kind of a sexual pile of cards, but this is definitely heavy influence of you being single. I mean, yeah, I'll probably tell you what the meaning is if you're in a relationship, but like this is definitely being single. Yeah. I'm gonna start with this one. This is number 3, fertility, and on a regular tarot deck this is the Empress, and the Empress, oh my god. It's pretty much saying like, you are the shit, you are the hottest piece of ass there is. Sorry if that kind of sounded weird, but I'm just saying, like, there's a reason this is called fertility. Take that in for a second. And me saying this is a phallic object in the beginning is not on accident with this card. You are the shit. If you're a woman, guy, really? 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 The sand all over again. It's shit and sand everywhere. Awesome. Thank you for that. See? It just jizzed all over my cards. Thank you for that. I'm sorry. I'm a pervert. Anyway. So, yeah, this is definitely saying, like, you are the hottest piece of ass. This is the contemplation card, but on a normal tarot deck, this is the Hermit. And then this card is the Sun. It's the Sun in normal tarot. And then 7 of Swords. This card, for some reason, I'm getting a heavy feeling that maybe you're still carrying, maybe not burdens, but hurtful issues or hurtful feelings from a previous relationship. Yeah, I totally forgot the meaning of this card. What else? But yeah, like the 2 swords in the back could be representing a past relationship, and these are all the swords that you're still carrying around that you should honestly just throw on the ground. Forget them. Let's be honest, holding swords in that position, it's gonna cut your fucking hands and arms off. Like, not off, but on. They're gonna cut you up, and it hurts holding them like that. So just let them go. And that definitely is kind of the occurrence with these 2, because I noticed that like both of these cards kind of have an indication that maybe an old relationship like is going to try to rekindle with you, and try to get back together. But this is definitely telling you not to, because like with this card, like it's telling you that like there is way better options out there than this old romance that could be wanting to get back together with you, or is going to want to get back together with you. And please, your response needs to be no to them. It needs to be a no, because you're not together anymore for a reason. Remember that. So pretty much especially if like you want to get back together with an old romance, don't. Like these two cards really indicated that like an old romance is probably gonna try to get back together with you, and like resounding no is coming from these cards. In a relationship, I mean, this is a positive card either way. Like if you're in a relationship or single, this is like you're gonna find love. If you're in a relationship, you guys are gonna like get closer together. It's gonna be beautiful and amazing. But that's that card on its own. Yeah, this is definitely telling you like if a old love comes to rekindle with things, really ask yourself, like, is that what you want? Like, do you really want to be with them? Like, honestly, do you? So if your answer to that question is no, you have your answer. Yeah, this is this is a feeling of dissatisfaction in your relationships, in your past relationships. But yeah, like the meaning I said earlier, that maybe you're holding on to something that's kind of painful, but you're still holding on to it from a previous relationship, but you should really let go. This card actually is more of a heavy in a relationship card, because I mean, like, it's 4 people on this card. The rest of the cards have 1 person. That was a really loud fucking annoying card. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so this is like, this has multiple people. So this could be an indication of being in a relationship. This means, yeah, this is probably an indication if you're in a relationship, maybe you weren't really satisfied with it. Dissatisfaction coming with that back, with that card back. This could be an indication of you're in a relationship. Maybe you should take alone time, maybe, and maybe the other person, or maybe you, one or the other, you or the other person is taking the other person for granted, and that needs to stop. If you really want this relationship to succeed. But you have to remember, this is a really positive omen, so it's probably not that big of a deal. You just need to, like, maybe, yeah, like, get your independence back and alone time, because this is the Hermit card, and the Hermit is a person that spends a lot of time alone. So this is, if you're in a relationship, you need some time alone to think things over, but just keep in mind it's a really positive card. Like, you're gonna, like, definitely, once you take that time alone and you go back together with them and you get your independence back, you are going to grow so much closer, is what that card's doing. So this isn't very, like, this isn't a daunting pile of cards. This is a very positive card. Like, things are gonna go well for you. Golden opportunities and sorceress. Yep. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. AKA, everyone wants that dick or vagina. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. Yeah. Definitely just listen to those messages and do them. these are both like take action cards. So obviously, like, you're getting so much opportunities right now. Whether that's romantic or focusing on yourself, you really just need to like do rather than wait right now. Do can be sexual. Just saying. Important doors. Yeah, this like definitely if you're single and like looking for something, this is there's probably a lot of fucking doors are opening for you right now. So don't be afraid to like walk through one. Just like, even if like you go on speed dating or little dates here and there, don't be afraid to not do that. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So this is definitely an indication of like the alone time. Like, maybe you need to take some alone time to really focus on what you really want. And maybe not like this person you're with is like a bad person, but like just focus on what you want, not what they want or what you want as a couple. Focus on what you want as an individual and then work on that. Like I said, like, I'm be honest, probably once you get your independence back, your significant other or like any potential romantic person is gonna find you so fucking hot. Like, you are gonna be like so ridiculously hot to them. once you achieve that alone time and you achieve your independence back, you're gonna be so fucking hot. So hot. Sizzling hot. Anyway. So yeah, this is a very light-hearted pile of cards. Like, don't take things too seriously, really. Just focus on like some alone time and dreams that you've been kind of neglecting, and get your independence back. Because like I'm getting a heavy indication that your significant other is not only encouraging you to get your independence back, but also is completely okay with it. If they're not okay with it, that's their problem, not yours, just saying. Fifth pile. Oh, by the way, this is sea glass. This is glass, but this is been beaten by the sea so much that it's like kind of a weird glass rock sort of deal. My family has so much sea glass. Oh my god, like I have a jar of it over on my dresser. Just saying. So yeah. Ooh, wait. I don't know if that's positive. That's positive. Okay, 8 of Cups, Fortune reversed. Also the Wheel of Fortune, the Star reversed. Okay, this could either be really bad, or it's most likely really positive. Oh, right, there's another card. Ooh, okay. Alright. Heavy influence if you are in a relationship right now. And literally every single card says that you really need to look hard at that relationship and ask yourself, does it help me, or does it benefit me if I stay, or does it help or benefit me if I go? So, alright, I'm gonna get real brutal here. You are most likely thinking about breaking up with the person you are currently with, or they're thinking about breaking up with you, or you're both mutually thinking about it. Yeah, like every single card pretty much says, like, look hard at the relationship you're in and ask yourself, is this good for me? Is this what I need? And this definitely is a card that shows that she's leaving these cups just on the beach and walking away from them, leaving the relationship. But this also indicates, this particular card does indicate that, like, you're probably on the rocks, but it also says to really think about leaving the relationship for a long time, and if you do decide to leave on a very calm, clear-minded note, that you are doing this for the greater good of yourself and the other person. And you really need to think hard on that, if like is this what you need to do? The same goes with like the other cards. Like this card particularly indicates maybe the person you're with is kind of toxic toward you. They're like encasing you in with like all these swords, and you're terrified. You know this person is toxic, but like you're thinking about leaving, and you don't know if you should or not. And like this also is like this, all cards kind of have an heavy indication of like, maybe this person's really not good for you. This is like, all these cards are definitely also indicating, if you really want to stay with the person you're with, that you really need to like look at what's wrong and really negotiate shit. And if they're not willing to negotiate with you, like, honestly, leaving is probably the best option. If they're not willing to talk it out and negotiate things, they're not worth your time. Honestly, I'm giving you my honest, biased opinion. They're not worth your time if they're not willing to negotiate things with you. They're really not. Especially if like they're a toxic person. Especially if they're a toxic person, like they're doing things for their benefit. They're not thinking about yours. They're thinking about theirs. They could probably, if they're a really toxic person, they give two shits about what you feel, and you deserve better than that. And this is definitely indicating that you really need to think hard on leaving or staying. This card is kind of positive because it is the star, but it is reversed. The fact that it's reversed means like maybe your relationship is okay, but there's some just blockages in your way, and you need to, like I said, think about where your relationship is. And even though I said my biased opinion, really do think deeply about leaving or going with this relationship. Like, don't just like listen to me saying no, you should leave if like this person's toxic. Like, actually think about it on your own. Don't act on what I'm saying like right away. Like, don't break up with them like right after you're done watching this video, but like pretty much just think hard on it. Like, sleep on it for like a few days, or like even up to like a few weeks. Just like look at things that maybe they do that you don't really agree with or like, and decide if those are deal breakers or not. Just think hard on it. Either way, there is a positive influence with these two cards. There is a underlying positive thing, because this is the Wheel of Fortune. So there is a movement of fortune that you're gonna go through. So yeah, these cards. Yes. Peace and Medicine Woman. There is no need to worry as everything's working out beautifully. Definitely something that works with this. This is definitely telling you, don't worry. Like, don't overthink things. Don't worry. Especially if you plan on leaving the relationship, do not worry about what's gonna happen, what they're gonna think, what they're gonna do, and don't worry about their difficulties, because theirs aren't important. Your difficulties are more important. But just know that like things are gonna work out just fine. They're gonna work out like how they need to work out. And then, Medicine Woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. That could, I got a feeling, this could be an indication that you are very spiritually sensitive, and maybe the person you're with is a toxic person, like an energy vampire, and maybe they're really not good for you. So, maybe you do have like a spiritual divine healing power, and maybe your significant other right now is really toxic to that energy, and that's probably why you need to not break up with them, but maybe you need to take a step back and really evaluate, like, are they good for me? You're a healer, you're being healed, the situation and your loved one is being healed. Honor your healing knowledge and abilities, learn about healing, teach the healing art, start or continue your healing practice. Yeah, pretty much. I'm sorry, I just got really tired. Shit. So yeah, you could be like spiritually powerful, and they're being toxic about it. So yeah, really, yeah, I don't really see a message clearly if you're single. If you do get this pile and you are single, let me know and I'll tell you the meaning if you are single, if you picked this pile. I would tell you now, but I am starting to feel like shit. This happens. It's fine. I'll be fine. It's fine. I apologize if you hear like weird mouth noises from me. The rest of the video is because I'm sucking on this like hard candy. When I get headachy, me sucking on this hard candy kind of helps. Pile 6. 9 of Swords. I'm getting a lot of swords in this video. Ace of Cups. Very positive. Princess of Swords. Ooh, yes. Yes, honey. Yes. Sorry. Okay, this one is not necessarily positive. This is not as positive as I thought, but I am getting a heavy feeling that you got hurt bad in a previous relationship, or you're getting hurt bad in a current relationship. And like, actually, I don't remember which card, but one card said like if you're in a relationship, this person is most likely not the one you're meant to stay with. Like, it outright said that. But I am getting a feeling that you are single right now, but you are really, you got hurt really bad. And this card is an indication of you were cheated on. The imagery for this card, how I take it particularly, is that, like, you're here, like, super upset, just sitting there, and here are all these, like, swords on the wall, and maybe those are all just all the people that, like, your significant other slept with behind your back, or, like, just like the things your significant other is there staring you in the face, and you know it, and you're sitting there in pain. So yeah, this is definitely a heavy indication that you've been hurt in the past or are getting hurt. But this card, Two of Cups, is one of the most positive cards you can get in regards to love. Like you can just look at this card. It's just like a couple with cups and the moon, and it's all happy and shit. If you are single, this is a very, very positive indication that there is someone that's gonna come in for you that's so much better than the previous relationship you've had. And I believe this is a soulmate card. So if that's true, this is definitely a high indication that, like, that your next relationship is probably your soulmate. So yeah, it's pretty much saying, like, love's coming your way, relax, it's going to be okay. And this is just like a really heavy indication that you were hurt. You were hurt bad. Yeah, like, if you're in a relationship, like, you are hurting so fucking much. And like I said, one of the cards literally said, this person's not right for you, leave. So this is definitely similar to a previous pile, but this one is definitely like, don't think about it, just fucking leave. Because you are in so much fucking pain already. It's not worth it. It's really not. Like, you leaving, you're gonna find someone way fucking better. This card also indicates if you are single, that you should still, like, go out and, like, be social. Maybe if you're, like, because you were so much in pain, maybe you're having trust issues and you're not, like, mingling or going out as much. When I say going out, it could, like, you could just, like, get, like, Tinder or something and, like, maybe flirt a little. Nothing serious. Like, you don't even have to meet the guy or woman in person. Like, you can just flirt. It's good to flirt, I think. The practice is good. Cycles and rhythm, infinite supply, and fertility. Can we please just comment that all three cards are purple? That's definitely something. I forgot. I know the color purple is a high indication to the crown chakra. If you've been seeing this in my other pick a card readings, this is just a chakra pyramid, crystal pyramid. It's supposed to indicate all the chakras of the body, and the top one is purple, and that's the crown chakra, and that's supposed to indicate mind and stuff. So that's, I don't think that's, like, on accident. So maybe you need to focus on your crown chakra a little more, like, since there's a lot of purple here. Infinite supply. We were supplied for today and all your tomorrows. Fertility. It's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Yeah, this is definitely a card indicating that you need to start new things. maybe focus on yourself a little, but in a romantic aspect. If you're single, it pretty much just means focus on new relationships, really. Honor the cycles of your body, energy, levels, and emotions. This could be an indication of something you were shamed about in a previous relationship, the relationship that hurt you. This could be something you were shamed for in your other relationship. This definitely could be, maybe you were really like ridiculously, wow, maybe you were like severely shamed and judged by this significant other for having higher emotion. Like you were too emotional. Like if you heard that being said to you, then this is the card for you. So it's pretty much telling you to take back that control over yourself, and it's like over the control of your self-respect. And it's pretty much saying like, accept that like your emotions may be too sensitive, accept that maybe your energy levels are like too high or too low, and maybe you had like really bad hormonal waves, and maybe you lashed out, or it didn't lash out at all, and maybe you were just like very meek about things all the time, and you were ridiculed for that. And this is pretty much saying like, take back that power, honor your body and how you are. Like this is you. You can't like change who you are. And it pretty much, and like this is telling you, just take that self-respect back that person who hurt you stole from you. You are supplied for today, and all of your tomorrow is pretty much saying, don't worry, you are getting taken care of, pretty much. And again, new things. Don't be afraid to like flirt and like get dating apps and stuff. Like, don't get anything serious, but like if you do find that serious person, they're good for you. But like, have patience with yourself. You probably are having some like trust issues, and that's okay. Like, that stuff you just need to work on. Trust me, I know what trust issues are like, and you need to be patient with yourself, and don't be afraid to socialize. You don't have to trust everyone you flirt with, but don't be like handing out nudes and shit, just saying. But just know that love is coming your way. That's the big indication, that love is coming your way. In the 7th pile, the last pile, it's literally almost midnight. Oh my lord. Okay. Justice reversed, Athena, Prince of Swords reversed, ooh, Strength reversed, Four of Swords reversed. Why am I getting so many goddamn swords? Why? I don't get it. Like, every single pile I've gotten had swords in it. I guess this video is really just about people who are having some relationship problems. Really? Alright. Okay. Okay. The first thing I really want to point out that's really annoying. Okay. This Justice card, in a normal tarot deck, it's Strength. And this is Strength. in a normal tarot card deck, it's justice. I find that hugely frustrating and hilarious at the same time. That you technically got both justice and strength, but they're reversed. So, which pretty much means like you're getting a very clear message that strength and justice are a big thing for you right now. This could definitely go either way for in a relationship or single. If you're in a relationship, there could be, like, your significant other could be acting a little off and not normal and not themselves. That is indicated with this card, the Prince of Swords. This could be an indication of maybe you sense that like your significant is like bothered by something, like you should, and it like pretty much says like you should ask him about it, like what's bothering them. And then, and also this pile of cards also indicates that if you're in a relationship, like maybe, like I said, maybe you're noticing that your significant other is a bit like off, like they're acting a little more like snappy or and you shouldn't, if that is the case, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. You should honestly, like, maybe work or like the kids or other outside factors besides you is what is bothering them and what's getting them down. So don't like screw yourself by assuming that like you're the reason why he or she's acting bothered. Just know that like justice is on your side. And strength is on your side. If you're single, this could also mean that maybe you're a bit stuck right now. Like, one of the things it said, like, maybe you're like doing online dating or like you're speed dating or something, and like you're just coming up like empty-handed. It's pretty much saying like change your way you approach it. Like maybe if you're doing speed dating, maybe you should try online dating, or like if you're trying all this internet stuff, like maybe you should like go to a local bar or like a cafe, and like if you see someone hot, like don't be afraid to walk up to them and like try to talk to them and start a conversation. So that's definitely an indication. Also, if you're single and you find a potential romantic partner, not to judge how they look or how they are toward you, because maybe they don't seem as like into you as you think. Like maybe they're not as aggressive as you're like used to or as you want, but you shouldn't like shut them down just because they don't seem like as, because maybe they're battling their own issues of trust, and maybe they're afraid, like maybe they do really like you, but they're afraid to take a step with you, and you shouldn't judge that. Like, be aware that maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like jumping to conclusions with this. Like, don't jump to conclusions. Honestly, there's probably other factors that you don't see with this. But again, like, keep strength, and things are gonna turn out fairly, and you're gonna eventually see all the sides of the picture. I'm sorry this last reading is a bit kind of low energy. I'm starting to get real tired. Guardian, Kala, endings and beginnings, sacred space. Artemis, Guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually connected. Pretty much explains itself. Sacred space, create an altar, or visit a power place to connect with the divine. This, I mean, this sounds really, really bad, but this could be an indication that maybe you'll meet a romantic partner in a spiritual location, if that made any sense. But if that's not the message, like, it's pretty much saying, like, focus on your spirituality if you have any. The old must be released so the new can enter. I've gotten this card so many times. Yeah, this is definitely an indication of, like, maybe you're holding on to an old relationship, and, like, maybe you're single and you're holding on to, like, an old relationship, like, maybe thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna get back together with this person. It's pretty much saying, like, let go of that idea so new love can enter. This also could be an indication of, like, maybe your previous relationship was just actually really good, and you have this higher expectation for your next romantic partner, and that's, like, screwing you over. So it's saying, like, let go of, like, the old expectations and stuff like that, and focus on new things that can be good for you. Because maybe the previous relationship you had was actually good, but it didn't work out, and you are looking for something similar, and this is saying, like, don't. So yeah, I'm real sorry that this last pile is, like, so low energy. I am, like, super tired right now. So yeah, just pretty much, at least, like, for this one, at least know that you are getting spiritually protected right now. Like, you are being guided probably in the direction you need to be. Yeah, like, yeah, you're probably being guided in the direction you need to be, and you shouldn't worry about, like, choices right now. You're being guided in the right direction right now, and you're being protected on the way. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I am really tired. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. So yeah, okay, bye.